Good afternoon, my name is Wangeshi Thuo from The Informer, and today here we have a guest. Kindly introduce yourself and tell us where you work.
Thank you very much, Wangeshi. Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Ngari Festus. I work for Kenya County Government Workers Union as an elected branch secretary in Nairobi, and also the Assistant National General Secretary representing all the 47 county branches. And I'm glad this afternoon to join Informer for this wonderful conversation.
You're welcome. What is the main concern for workers at City Hall?
The main concern for workers in City Hall basically is very wide, because we talk about the welfare generally. And welfare is what defines the terms and conditions of services that guide day-to-day operations of an employee from when they enter the office to when they leave. And it includes a lot of things that are normally contained in the collective bargaining agreement. It's a very, very big document, and it has quite a number of clauses, but all of them move towards the welfare of the employee, but of course in accordance to the 5 labor laws of this country: employment, occupational health and safety, wages, guidelines, and also includes the international statutes that have been ratified by the Kenya government, the ones we call the International Labour Organization statutes signed in Geneva.
What can you say are the main problems that City Hall workers are facing besides late employment, late salaries?
Well, apart from late salaries, we have had situations where even the literal salary has also been taken away by the executive through the Office of Finance, because currently what happens is that the county government has got its own local revenue sources, and it's also the account that receives money from the National Treasury in accordance to the PFM Act, that is Public Finance Management Act, which defines what goes to the national government and what goes to the county government to support devolution. The biggest challenge has been that when money comes, there is no financial discipline, and this money has been diverted to go to other areas that have not been identified or approved for expenditure, but which nevertheless ends up benefiting some individuals in this country, in this city. Now, apart from that, we are also concerned about the working environment. Working environment, we would say that it is an unfinancial grievance, because the working environment entails what is contained in the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 2007, right? Which says that it is the employer who will provide a conducive working environment. It is the employer who will provide PPEs, what we call protective gear, for those employees who are working in areas with the threats of occupational safety and health. And some of the issues to do with occupational safety and health are very basic, like toilets, clean running water, collection of litters and garbage, sweeping, very, very basic things that really do not have a lot of impact in terms of financial, but nevertheless they have been ignored despite the calls by the employees and workers representative to the executive to come to the rescue of the working environment and prove it, because we believe that a healthy employee is a more productive employee, and a motivated staff is likely to be retained and work and put more efforts in their place of work, because the end goals is that we want efficient and good services to the citizens of this city.
How can you say Governor Kananu has been compared to her predecessors?
The union has not felt the impact of Governor Kananu at all, because one, she has never come out to say that this is my vision as a new governor, or this is my policy of operating with the employees. All that we know is that she has been quoted publicly are saying that the MCAs are a major stakeholder for working with. But what we know is that under the law, the MCAs are supposed to play the oversight role of the executive, where the governor is the head of the executive, and I think the speaker and the clerk of the National Assembly are the bosses on the other side of oversight. So Governor Kananu is supposed to come up with a policy and flagship of what she will do, and for us particularly what she will do for employees, so that through the various committees of the National Assembly, especially the Labor and Social Welfare Committee of the of the County Assembly, can be able now to oversight whether the employees are being treated as per the requirements of the law. And when I talk about the requirements of the law, is that no employee shall be treated as with slavery attitude. There shall be no servitude, and there will be no discrimination of any nature, whether by gender, by color, religion, whatever discrimination. The Constitution of Kenya and Article 41 envisages a situation where, one, Nairobi County is an equal opportunity employer and shall practice non-discrimination, whether you are physically impaired or differently abled. Opportunities should be equal, and equal even in terms of qualification and opportunities for promotion and performance of various duties that are defined by the edicts that recruited us into the various positions that our employees are holding.
Did the county government adhere to your demands as of the strike?
Let me clarify that we did not have a strike. What we had is an industrial action, and we have not called off the industrial action. We have only given the executive some breathing space, so that if they requested that by 25th all the demands will have been met, then it means that if on 25th, by the close of the business on 25th, those promises are not met, then we have to engage a different gear to put them on their toes. And this one I'm saying without fear of contradiction, that we had given them a notice, and the notice expired, and the workers were ignored, and the workers took upon the action for industrial action. And we were given a promissory note that was signed by the representative of the governor, and on the other side signed by the union. If those demands are not met as agreed in that particular meeting, then definitely dialogue shall cease to apply. And I can as well promise them that yes, a strike is in the offing. We only need to move from one level of industrial action to a bigger level until the workers are listened to and heard. And don't only to be heard, but also the demands must be met, and met the full.
Has the county government so far in previous accounts honored their bargain?
I know they are very poor in honoring their side of the bargain, but we have seen some positive action whereby we understand the contractors that are supposed to have a service level agreement for example, the maintenance of the lifts, which is very risky for employees to continue using lifts that do not have a service level arrangement for maintenance. But we have seen where now the county government is engaging the service provider for payment of some cash, so that the lift now can be serviced and be put into usable conditions. That one has been done, and I can confirm that this morning I was in communication with the Director of Administration, who was confirming that it is work in progress. I told them to move with speed so that the work in progress now can move from progress to completion. My call is to the leadership of Nairobi County, all of us, union leadership, executive leadership, the county assembly leadership, that we come together, straighten up those issues which cause us to be described as people of bad manners, so that we can give Nairobi efficient and the services that they require, because we tax them to do exactly that.
Thank you, Mr. Festus, for coming today. That is all we have for today. And thank you to our viewers too. Follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.